Hello, this is the informational chat entitled Costs Involved in Adopting a Child. I'm Dr. Berger, a psychologist and founder and director of a not-for-profit and fully licensed adoption agency, and I have been helping pregnant women, birth mothers, birth fathers, and adopting families in all 50 states for over 40 years. We have helped in all types of adoptions and have completed over 900. I am going to go over the financial costs involved in adoption and put aside for now the emotional costs, which are in and of themselves very significant. The monetary costs involved will depend on the kind of child you want to adopt and who you get to assist you in the process. Note that there's another chat available entitled Kinds of Adoption. While adopting families all seem to understand that there are fees involved in an international adoption, often adopting persons think that there should be no cost involved in a domestic adoption since they, the adopting family, are providing a loving home for a child. Indeed, that is the case for most foster care adoptions, and since adoption through the state foster care system costs the family little or nothing, the adopting families often think that adoption fees should be similar to those of the foster care program. They do not recognize that even a foster care adoption costs many thousands of dollars, but the costs are typically covered by tax dollars instead of the adopting family themselves. You will quickly discover that agencies and private adoption sources may charge for any and all the services provided, and they may combine some of their fees in various ways. In some cases, many of these fees are paid upfront and may or may not be refundable. You should ask any agency or other adoption resource about their services and fees, when they are paid, and if, when, and under what condition they are refundable. In almost all types of adoptions, you will need a home study completed by an agency or a private social worker. Costs for the home study generally range from about $1,000 to $2,000. Note that we have another chat entitled The Home Study. Now, the total expense for a child adoption depends on such factors as the child's age, nationality, whether the child has special needs, the specific adoption agency or adoption attorney or facilitators you work with, how long you are willing to wait, and what complications arise. The least expensive route is to adopt a child from the state foster care system. In a foster care adoption, all or most of the fees are paid for by state tax dollars rather than by you as an individual. If this is what you are interested in, contact your state foster care system or visit the website in the description of this chat. Moving on. The total fees in an international adoption are, surprisingly, often less than the fees involved in a domestic adoption. The country from which you adopt is a major factor that affects your total adoption costs. You will also find that the costs involved in adopting a healthy infant or child in a foreign country are often more higher than adopting a child with special needs. Costs involved in an international child adoption typically range from approximately $5,000 to $40,000. Indeed, quite a range. If you are planning on a private adoption, you can expect to have costs for such things as the home study, attorney and or facilitator, advertising, costs for developing and maintaining a profile, birth mother medical and other expenses, court costs, post-placement supervision, and travel. Remember, when you are trying to assess the cost of an adoption, you need to find out the total cost, and take note that some agencies, adoption facilitators and attorneys, and other programs may give you partial costs and fail to mention all the costs involved. Depending on the type of adoption you participate in, your total cost after paying everything to everybody includes things like registration, application, home study, state and federal fees, as well as travel, lodging, filing and document fees, hospital and doctor bills, travel costs, document preparation, birth mother and birth father attorney fees, your attorney fees, medical bills, birth mother living expenses, the cost of developing and maintaining a profile, post-placement supervision costs, court costs, the final adoption hearing costs, and miscellaneous fees, including in an international adoption, orphanage fees, country fees, and readoption fees. Indeed, a long list of things. Now, in calling adoption agencies, you need to make sure to ask for the total fees and not just the agency's fee. You should not only ask about the total fees, but ask about the restrictions that an agency may have regarding things like your age, marital status, religion, sexual orientation, length of marriage and family composition, state of residence, and your infertility status. With our agency, we do not have any such restrictions. As with our agency and any other agency or attorney you call, you need to make sure that they can help you given what you are looking for and at a price range you can afford. You will probably find that the total fees will range between $10,000 to $60,000 plus. Finally, please do not send anyone any money until you call a state licensing authority to check on the people you are thinking of working with. Every legitimate licensed adoption agency has such an authority, and I advise you to never send any money to anyone until you check with the licensing authority. If you choose an attorney, you should check with the State Lawyers Association. And if you select an adoption facilitator, which I do not suggest, call the state authority licensing them. Only after checking with the licensing authority should you send any money. If you want more information about this or any other adoption issues, you are always welcome to contact me or my staff at the number and our website address shown in the description of this video. My best wishes to you and to those you love.